Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the destination for the Jazz. Inside out, force and finesse. The Twin Towers of Walker Kessler and Lauri Markkanen bringing balance to the front court as they prepare for the task ahead at Fiserv Forum. Jazz, Bucks up next. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. With Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and Allie LaForce on our side. A moment now to look at the year's scoring output and how it has been trending for Kyle Kuzma.
And you can never fully predict these long-term trends, but it's apparent that the production has been on the decline here a bit. That doesn't mean it will stay that way. And look, so many ways he can impact the team as well. Not always just about the scoring.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Markkanen and Kessler man the post positions. Then it's Keontae George. Then it's Vince Williams. And it's Mikhailuk in at the 2 spot. And for Milwaukee, Portis will function as the pivot with Antetokounmpo by his side. Thomas is out there with Rollins. And it's Prince in at the 3. Bucks passing it around. Pass to Thomas. Shot clock at 5. Jacks up a 3. Kessler with the rebound. And so George will bring it up for Utah. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
A rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
And being slow on your rotations is a killer. There's not a team in the league that won't punish you for that.
Inside. And Giannis throws it down hard.
How do you even come up with something like that? Giannis is an artist.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam. Sponsored by AT&T. You know, Giannis just entered his 30s, coach, but he's already an all-timer.
He sure is, Kevin. Look, if his career ended now, this guy's still one of the best we've ever had in this league. Unfortunately for the rest of the league, he's still got a long way to go in his career, and they're going to have to deal with him for a long, long time.
Down low, here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
You could see that coming. Giannis not to be denied, especially at the rim.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Doc Rivers for a minute. He told me when he was watching film of their opponent, what stood out was Lauri Markkanen's efficiency. Coach said Markkanen doesn't need high usage to be effective. He gets a lot of his points off of movement, and he brings versatility to this offense. Kevin?
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points.
Playing some bully ball inside. Giannis using his size and frame to get his feet.
Basket good.
Well, he's such a natural talent. Has all the skill needed to produce at a high level.
Outside Thomas. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Thomas. Beyond the arc. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Well, if Thomas is playing off the ball, he's probably going to shoot it once he gets the rock.
Unable to get that one. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. To the middle. Utah with the rebound.
Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
Fast break. Here we go. Rollins with the bucket.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. 7-point differential to the inside. Here's Kessler, and he slams it down right on top of Bobby Portis.
Well, what I love about Walker Kessler, he's a 7-footer who plays like a 7-footer.
And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball up until last year. The Jazz, the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
Substitution on the court. Jazz trail by 5. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. The Jazz making a switch here. And he has been on another level this past month, getting Eastern Conference Player of the Month. Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, you just look at the scoring he's provided and the numbers he has put up, and it's a no-brainer. Rarely does someone carry an offense this much and not walk away with some form of hardware for their effort.
Portis, the pass to Giannis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. First personal foul. That's on Ace Bailey.
Well, Antetokounmpo is such a tough cover. Just dares the defense to foul him on the way.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Bucks.
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
Pass to Filipowski. With the fadeaway. Milwaukee with the rebound. Giannis has got his 4th rebound in this one. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Thomas, it's a wide open look, and he's good on the 3-ball. Thomas got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Milwaukee. Jazz trail by 10. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And oh, here we go. Prince has got it. The fast break chance.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
29 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Filipowski. Now Bailey. He's guarded by Thomas. Shot's good by Filipowski.
Nice pass by the rookie Bailey. They love seeing Ace set up others.
It's stolen by Bailey. Now here's Anderson. He's guarded by Thomas. Here's Collier. From the arc. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And we'll be right back after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Portis will function as the pivot with Antetokounmpo by his side. Collins is out there with Cam Thomas. And it's Prince in at the small forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, guys. Well, Giannis Antetokounmpo is unlocking a new aspect of his game. He said, quote, "I never initiate my offense from the high post, but Doc told me that you can be very effective there. It's hard for people to show a crowd, and you're one step closer to the basket. I plan to stay there for the rest of my career." Back to you guys.
Clearly a new wrinkle. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. You know, Stan, there are so many things to like about Giannis Antetokounmpo's game. What sticks out most for you?
Well, look, I think, Kevin, most fans are going to say what sticks out is the obvious, his size and his athletic ability. But to me, what really stands out is the energy and intensity he brings on a nightly basis, as much or more than any star in this league. You can count on him every night to play as hard as anyone on the floor.
So, Stan, when it comes to preparing your team for a game, as a coach, what are the main things you're trying to get across?
Well, look, Kevin, I think the main things is you've got to decide what the main things are. And when you've got maybe an hour to prepare a team for a game, they're not going to be able to go through everything you would like them to know. But you got to decide. You got to prioritize. These 2 or 3 things we've got to get done tonight, and you've got to have a clear understanding of those.
Here's Bailey, and the shot goes in.
A little contact like that isn't going to do much to alter Bailey.
Bucks leading by 11. Giannis with it. 14 points for him. And Thomas has it in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Here's Collier. Thomas covering. Bailey good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Bailey's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Giannis rips it down.
Just another day at the office for Antetokounmpo. This guy consistently puts up points.
And so George will bring it up for the Jazz, trailing by 10. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of them.
Here's Collier, pass to Bailey, and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. We've got a moment here. Let's now see who the league's top scorers are. Second, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And his contribution to his team offensively cannot be understated. He is always leading the way for them with his ability to put up points.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Markkanen comes in for Kyle Filipowski. And it's Williams in for Bailey.
Every aspect of Giannis' game showing tonight. Just unreal.
And George kicks to Markkanen. Here's Collier. Thomas covering. It's Williams, high post. Looking for Markkanen. He gets it there. That one, no good. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo.
Solid rebound there. And with a score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy. His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And Utah making a change here. Myynbaa is checked in. A moment here now to see the numbers for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And guys, in the past 10 games, he's stepped up his role in the offense in a big way. His usage rate has increased. He's finishing off a lot of possessions, and that's just how this team wants it.
Markkanen into the lane, and there it is for him.
Well, Markkanen's put in the work, and he's got no trouble absorbing some content.
Coach, you and I were just talking about this the other day. We don't see many finished players in the NBA. I know Lowry is proud of that.
Well, he should be, Kevin, because he's not only a great player, but he's probably a role model for everybody in Finland and proving that you can come from anywhere now in the NBA and make yourself into a great player if you have both the skill and the desire to do so. That's his third triple of the night, forcing the defense to extend out.
Myynbaa passes to Collier. Lock at 6. To the paint. It's tipped. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Giannis passes to Thomas. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Well, he's known primarily for his shooting, but don't be fooled. Markkanen is more than capable of finishing strong.
Antetokounmpo against Markkanen. Thomas, good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Pass to Myynbaa. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
And Utah making a change here. Bailey's checked in. Rollins the pass to Giannis. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo slamming it down there, using his sensational will to finish with the flush.
Williams scanning the floor. Pass to Markkanen. And a miss there on the triple. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Bucks. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And Allie LaForce has got something now for us from the floor. Allie, take it away.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Allie. And folks, don't go away. Halftime is here, and we'll be right back with you after this break.
Hey folks, happy you joined us. The action tonight, a bit wild and a big deficit now for the Utah Jazz. Well, you could say that this game hasn't exactly been, competitive.
Let's be real, Ernie. They're getting cooked like street meat, roadkill.
Yeah, could someone bring me a blanket, man? This game is making me a little sleepy, and some warm tea would help.
Man, you guys are harsh. And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Bucks.
I mean, when you go inside and impose your will this way, you're delivering a gut punch.
Yeah, there's a whole other half to go, but the way they're winning this makes them the heavy favorite now. And that about wraps it up. And as the third...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Here's Rollins. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Taking a look at the Jazz. Markkanen and Kessler man the post position. Then it's Vince Williams. Then it's George. And it's Myynbaa in at the two-guard position.
This is why this team loves involving Antetokounmpo in pick and rolls, because the D has no answers for it.
Markkanen inside the line. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Markkanen's got 11 points.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
To the inside. Antetokounmpo, no good.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
Markkanen finds George. Markkanen a screen on Rollins. Here's George. Lays it up off the glass. George has got his second bucket of the game to go.
What a finish inside from George, showing he can handle physical defense.
It's Thomas on the wing. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Giannis has got his 7th assist here tonight.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
And so timeout by Will Hardy here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. we get a break in the action now, let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Bucks. It hasn't been a great season for them. We may see some changes in the offseason.
And I think for the Bucks, their place in the standings would be a disappointment for just about any team, but especially one with such high expectations.
I agree, guys. I thought they'd be a lot better. Sometimes you can have disappointing years like this, though, and they're not a lot of fun to be a part of.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. It's always exciting to see a player with the hot hand. Klay Thompson knows a little something about that. He said it's that flow state that any great athlete or artist, entertainer, tries to get into. The one thing I learned is you can't force those great nights. You have to let them just happen. Kevin?
I can only imagine what it's like. Thanks a lot, Allie. Down low, here's Thomas, and it's denied. Outside, George, and the Jazz, another three.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
It's Thomas on the wing. Stolen by Markkanen. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Jazz have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
You know, Greg, in recent seasons, Lauri Markkanen has taken on a leadership role.
And Markkanen has been the featured player on some very young teams, and he's really embraced that role, proving to be a positive influence both on and off the court.
Thomas, no luck. Here's the Jazz with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. And Markkanen throws it down.
Markkanen showing his athleticism, soaring to hammer home the alley-oop.
Markkanen against Antetokounmpo. Giannis sets a screen for Thomas. Back to Antetokounmpo. Outside Portis. It's Thomas outside. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Now, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
Williams passes to Mikhailuk. Kessler against Thomas. Kessler in the post. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
Yeah, it's normally the defense that fuels a comeback, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And maybe the most bankable play in this offense. Antetokounmpo on the roll with the finish.
And here's Utah. They're on a 17-7 run. George dishes to Markkanen. For three. Giannis grabs the miss. Giannis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Giannis a screen on Williams. And it's Giannis missing. Jazz trail by 11. Here's Mikhailuk. Scoreless thus far. Pass to George. Markkanen a screen on Rollins. The three from George. Three-pointer, Markkanen. The rebound by the Bucks. Portis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. And the Jazz with some changes. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Walker Kessler. Bailey comes in for Vince Williams. And it's Collier in for Mikhailuk. The Jazz on offense. They're on a 17-7 run. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 8th assist in the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. There's Thomas with the three.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Bailey passes to Collier. Markkanen a screen on Thomas. Outside, Markkanen. Off target with his three. And so it's Milwaukee ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Portis will function as the pivot with Antetokounmpo by his side. Thomas is out there with Rollins, and it's Prince in at the threesome. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
You can't allow Nurkic to get that kind of position. When you do, he is going to rattle that rim.
Antetokounmpo.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Jazz trail by 9. Here's Collier. Up top, Filipowski. Pass to Collier. Off target from outside. Milwaukee's gone 5 of 9 when they put up a three-point shot tonight. Screen by Giannis. Rollins the pass to Giannis. Kicks it out to Prince. And the 3 off target.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Outside, George. Five on the clock. Count the basket.
Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
Bucks leading by 7. Out left to the wing. Upside Thomas. Inside. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Jazz. Pass to Collier. Nurkic a screen on Thomas. Down low. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Kyle Filipowski. The 3 from George. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. The 10-footer. Antetokounmpo converts inside.
His scoring is a big reason why they're up right now. Let's see if they can close it out.
Here's George, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. George has got 4 points this quarter.
I guess he got a really good pep talk in the locker room because it's been a total reversal this hour.
Outside Thomas. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Now Thomas. Now Antetokounmpo. And yeah, it's good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Markkanen in a screen on Rollins. Beyond the arc. That's off. Bucks leading by 11. Antetokounmpo inside. Jacks up a 3. The 3 goes down.
And that play is a great example of why it's important to surround Giannis with shooters. They will get great looks from deep.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away for the Jazz. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Vince Williams comes in for Bailey. And Mikhailuk's subbed in for Collier. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Will Hardy was going over with his team. Coach wanted his guys to ignore the scoreboard. He said, don't even look at the numbers. Just take it possession by possession, make every chance count, and we'll see where we stand at the end of this game. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. Milwaukee's gone 6 of 11 when they've taken the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Thomas finishes inside on the nice dish.
Well, we've seen this from Thomas. Once he gets it going, the defense is in for a long night.
George! And that time also a missed shot.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Milwaukee.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Giannis.
Yeah, we witnessed a special performance tonight. It's not just the triple-double. It's the example he set out there. Outstanding leadership.
So Utah ends up going with the new group. And both free throws good for Giannis.
The presence Giannis has on the floor is incredible. He's must-see TV.
Now Bailey unloads from 13. He nails the jump shot. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They lead by 16.
Milwaukee timeout.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Nick Richards, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Green comes in for Taurean Prince. Trent's checked in for Cameron Thomas. And it's Jackson in for Rollins. And Utah with a change here too. Sensabaugh is checked in, and he gets it to go.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
Left side Jackson, screen by Giannis. A floater, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam, brought to you by AT&T. Here's Collier, stolen by Jackson. And the turnover again by Milwaukee. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline with our player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Giannis, a statement game tonight. What message does a win like this send to the league?
I think as a team we played really hard. We moved the ball real well, and we made shots. We just got to keep getting better every day and playing good basketball.
One day at a time. Thanks, Giannis. Guys?
Terrific job, Allie. Thank you so much. That was enjoyable. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.